Okay, here we go. I'm engaged. I'm going to tell y'all everything about our engagement in the next few weeks, but this video today is dedicated to all the single ladies and single men out there who are looking for love, who are still single, who might feel hopeless, who need a little pick-me-up. But before we get into it, go ahead and like and subscribe so you never miss a future episode. Okay, let's get into it. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. Your girl's engaged. Finally, after being single all of my 20s, I am finally engaged to the love of my life. And I'm going to tell you all a little story about how we met in a little bit. But wow, I'm just on cloud nine. This has been a crazy month of August. I'm sure you all have noticed that I haven't been posting here on YouTube as much as usual. That is because on August 6th, me and my fiance got engaged. And we basically did a whole family tour and all this other stuff. It's just been a crazy month. So I thought I'd come on here and give y'all an update and also give all my single ladies out there a little bit of hope. Hey y'all, welcome back to Reel It In. I'm your host, Reid Cox, and this is your go-to destination for self-improvement and creating the life you've always desired, all while keeping it real. And you know how I got engaged? By keeping it real and not acting like anyone but myself. Because when I was single all of my 20s, I felt this need to be perfect. And the need to be perfect, all it did was keep me from showing up as my authentic self, which was kind of misleading to the guys I was dating because they would kind of think I was perfect in the beginning. And then all of a sudden I had a want or a need or something that wasn't in the realm of perfection, and I would kind of scare them away. So me and my fiance, we actually met when we were kids, and he was my first kiss when I was 15. Our families would vacation in the summers together, and even though we grew up in different cities, every summer I would see him. And then we kind of lost touch throughout the years, and I would see him, but we were always dating other people. And then finally the time was perfect. In 2022, we reconnected and we've been together ever since. And now we are engaged. And I just want to dedicate this video to all of the women and men, if you're watching this, who are still single, who maybe you've had relationships that haven't worked out in the past, you're feeling discouraged, or you've been single for a long time and you're just like, when is it going to happen? When am I going to meet my person? And I really wish I had this kind of video when I was single and looking, because it's just so easy to feel so helpless and you can get really dark when you're dating because you're going on all these dates but nothing's ever really catching, or you find yourself kind of settling for someone who isn't really your person. And we've all kind of done that in our own ways in the past. But I'm here to tell you that after being single all of my 20s, basically my whole life, this is my first real relationship, I have finally found my person. And I remember a few weeks before me and my fiance reconnected, I remember I left a therapy session and I had this thought to myself of like, I don't think I've ever actually truly enjoyed being single. That's not to say I haven't enjoyed my life, but I was always, even when I was single, I was still kind of like looking for someone or like trying to chase something or someone or dreaming about when I'd meet my person. And for about a month before I reconnected with my now partner, I really just focused on enjoying being single, enjoying my apartment all to myself, enjoying eating what I wanted to eat for dinner, taking myself on solo dates, just doing whatever I wanted. And it wasn't until I actually enjoyed being single that I attracted him back into my life. So if you're still single, ask yourself, am I actually enjoying being single? I get how it's exhausting and annoying and you're like, how could I enjoy this because I'm so exhausted and dating so awful these days? But is there any way you can actually enjoy being single? Because once you start to enjoy your life where you're at, once you start to really feel grateful for where you're at and wake up every morning and just love your life, even while you're single, even when you want someone to share things with, if you just enjoy it, you'd be surprised what you can attract into your life. Just like I did. I mean, he came out of nowhere. And when we reconnected, I had known him my whole life, so I didn't really feel like the need to perform or be perfect or be anything than what I was. And from the get go, I was very vocal about my needs. I was very, vocal about what I wanted for my future. And like, I wanted marriage and kids, and he wanted all those things too. But I felt like I could be myself for the first time. And a lot of it has to do with who it was, it being him. But a lot of it I feel was just, I was just comfortable with who I was in life. And I wasn't embarrassed by anything. I wasn't trying to hide anything or act like I was more successful than I was, or, had more money than I did. And I was just really honest about who I was and where I was at. And I feel like that's the only way to meet your person, is if you're being honest about who you are. And I just wish I could go back and tell my younger self that your person's out there. And I look back at my 20s and I just think, so much time I wasted worrying about what would happen to me, and worrying about who I would end up with, and would I end up alone, and obsessing about that fear of being alone forever. And it was just such wasted time. So if you catch yourself worrying, try to drop the rock, try to take a deep breath, and just trust that your person is there. I know I'm just a random girl on the internet, but I promise you, there's a person out there for you that is your person, and you're going to have a relationship beyond your wildest dreams. So please don't lose hope. I'm going to be doing a video series talking about everything from our relationship to our engagement, so stay tuned for that. I absolutely love my ring. I got a family ring, and it's so beautiful. I'm just happy to be engaged. Even if I didn't get a ring at all, I'd be so happy to be engaged. So I just feel so grateful to have him, and to have found my person, and to just know that I'm marrying the most amazing man. And I'm just so grateful for our relationship and what it is, because he and I both could have settled down with people who weren't our actual person and kind of settled, and we chose not to. We chose to wait. And if you're out there and you're holding out for the right person, don't settle. You're doing the right thing, and I promise you, your person is on the way. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to all of my friends who supported me when I was single and dating. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a future episode, and I will see y'all next time.